Madagascar has weathered a massive storm. A Gen Z uprising pushed the president to flee. As young people declared, the time for change has come. The presidential palace has a new occupant. The colonel who commanded security forces hold their fire and protect protesters is now in the seat of power. Appointed president in a takeover that saw the Senate and Electoral Commission dissolved, but one he refuses to call a coup.
We were not conducting a coup at all. It was the president himself who decided to leave the country.
Gen Z want practical change very quickly. How will you respond if they challenge your presidency as they have with previous presidents?
We can't do anything within 1 to 2 months, or 1 to 2 years. You can't conduct refoundation or recovery. And I think the Gen Z, most of them are educated people. They can understand what is possible and what is not possible.
What happened in Madagascar is being seen as a warning to old dictators on a very young continent. Do you think that old dictators in Africa should be worried?
I don't know what to say about the other countries, but I know my own country. And tomorrow, if the people of Madagascar hate me, then I will leave this palace. The streets of the capital are recovering from the riots that changed the government and the country. This is the third military takeover in Madagascar in the 65 years since its independence from France, after the most persistent protests to date. Gen Z flooded the streets denouncing water shortages and power cuts that symbolized the government corruption that impoverished the country and destroyed their opportunities for employment. Security forces cracked down, and at least 22 protesters were killed and more than 100 injured, until the colonel and his troops stepped in. Madagascar has become a bellwether for the rest of the African continent, a warning sign to old dictators that if they don't let go of power, Gen Z will take it. The shift is being felt across Africa, with young protesters in Tanzania, Kenya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Uganda, and elsewhere taking note of Gen Z Mada's political win. We met the young organizers reveling in their success and gearing up for the challenges ahead.
We were living under dictatorship. There was no freedom of expression, and it is very hard to fight for that in Madagascar. We had to face being injured and losing our lives and the lives of our fellow students. Malagasy citizens who fought with us lost their lives too. This is what we went through. To me, we are halfway to victory.
Their young country is still reeling from old problems. The power cuts and water shortages that triggered national change are ongoing. And beneath the euphoria of revolution is the grief of what it cost. The family of 27-year-old Nekena are laying him to rest after he succumbed to a gunshot wound from the first day of protests.
He was my second son, and he was helping us so much. Now he's gone. I have to face it. I can't bring him back to life. I don't know what the new president will do for us because he just arrived. We don't know what he will do for those of us who lost loved ones or those who were injured.
Nekena and his family have paid the highest price for this new chapter. And as time passes and the sense of loss hardens, Madagascar's new president will have to prove what his ascent is worth. Yousra Elbagir, Sky News, Madagascar.